All right, guys, quick scan this morning. I'm just going to run you through what I'm thinking. And this is going to be a mid cap scan. So just looking for something asymmetric and looking for strength. Over the last, week, month, even quarter, within this $2 billion to $10 billion range, a lot of times finding stocks in this range early can yield some pretty insane returns over the course of, as we head into midterms or in the summer or towards the end of the year, especially in this era of sort of, rolling euphoria. I talked about it in a tweet, but 6 or 7 months ago, we had this era of rolling bubbles. It felt like where, software was popping and then fintech was popping and then crypto was popping. And these little bubbles were popping throughout different themes in the market. And now I think it's the opposite. We have these themes that are just exploding seemingly out of nowhere. And a lot of times it's these smaller companies, whether they're AI focused or robotics focused or semiconductor focused or whatever it is, they're starting to catch fire and really light up. So looking for these on my scanner. And to do this, I typically filter by market cap, obviously, mid caps, 2 bill, 10 bill. Average volume, I want to see some liquidity with these names, make sure they're actually tradable if I do want to get involved. Performance, these are optional, but I like to look at stocks with some relative strength, with some volume pushing price up. So I set performance for the month to be over 10%, which might be a little bit of a stretch. It might feel like you're being left behind a little bit, but I'm willing to pay a premium for strength, momentum, whatever that may be. Performance over the quarter, I set to 20%, which is just kind of a backup to further ensure strength on a little bit longer of a time frame. And then I like to just pop in latest news of the last 7 days in there. That gives me an idea of, what potentially might be getting some spark, and it might introduce a catalyst. So I like to just know what's going on recently. And then I look at charts. So I scroll down here, set it to charts, right? You can go and filter it by performance on the month if you want to. Had some crazy moves. Wolf looks really good. Hang looks really good. But a lot of times, just for my first kind of glance, I'll just go through and look at the charts. What's holding highs, what's curling, what's flagging, what's making a digestive move and not just, going straight up, going straight back down. That's a weak move. That's something I wouldn't want to get involved in. So just going back through these, holding highs, holding highs, holding highs. This one's really interesting. And then if I see a chart that looks interesting, I'll go into the profile of that stock on Finviz and I will look at the recent news. Where did this gap come from? Okay, with earnings. Pretty significant earnings. Yeah, huge beats. Okay, so I'll put that kind of in the back of my mind on radar. I've seen a lot of talk about this name. There could be a second move. I'd want to have tight risk on a name that's blowing up on social media just because that typically comes with a lot of trickery, a lot of, flushes to stop people out. These market makers aren't stupid. People, the big boys, the big investors, the funds, they aren't stupid. They know where investors are likely sitting. They know the psychology and they will come down and stop you out. And so I typically try to add where I think stops could potentially be for most of retail. And if I see those stops get taken out and then it goes back the other way, quick reversal, then I'm like, okay, they just ran those stops. They needed liquidity. This is going higher. So that's kind of how I might think about that. But essentially, I'll just look through a lot of these stocks, like this SEDG solar name is one I really, really like. It's had some insider buying. It has a good story. Riot and Mara have been strong. A little bit extended now. Ramp. Big gap up. So yeah, a lot of names looking good. AXTI is another retail favorite. And again, I'm just scanning here. Like, I'm not doing deep research. I'm not doing super crazy due diligence or anything. I just want to get an idea of who's holding strength at highs. Blackberry is a really interesting name with Nokia going crazy the last month or so. That's something that I have on watch. So yeah, a lot of good names. Semiconductor thematic strength has been noticeable, obviously, over the last month or so with AMD going crazy, Intel going crazy. So Wolf is one that's top of mind right now. Good consolidation at highs. Looks like maybe I don't know much about them. Maybe yeah, I don't know what happened. There seems to be a story on this one, but pretty decent size insider buys by Citigroup. It looks like right around the same date. This is probably just a flattened position type thing, but yeah, that's how I scan for some of these mid caps that could be running, especially with thematic strength in their specific areas, and a lot of good names to keep on the watch list. And I'll do another video on, what would make me execute on one of these trades after doing this watch list. But I appreciate you guys listening, and we will talk soon.